Let's quickly visit expense sheets. We have expense sheets in here. They are quite similar to timesheets, and you can have multiple at the same time. I already had one expense sheet. I can create another expense sheet. The expense sheet has a date on it. That's really it. And then I put in my entries. And they're not date controlled in the way that there's a monthly expense sheet, a weekly expense sheet. They are more ad hoc, where you say, well, I want to create an expense sheet. And that can be to cover 1 month of work, or it could be I have a business trip and I'm putting everything from that one business trip on one expense sheet. So that's more of a business process. Again, here we talked about expenses quickly, where we set up these different types. We set up this special purchase, and here I have something that I need to be reimbursed. So I'll select employee, I'll select restaurant food, and this is lunch with client something something. And we put in one lunch and it costs 150, and that's about it. Then of course I can attach documents, and for some reason that attachment column is way out here. I don't know why it's not closer. I usually move it. Or you can use it from here. There's also a fence attachment. And so I find an attachment, and I can also use the take picture functionality if I'm on a mobile device. Now, of course, I cannot take one because I'm using the camera, but otherwise I could. So select the file, attach that, and then you have your expense. You can, of course, do multiple files, and then you submit it. So if we look at what the options are, we have company paid and resource paid. Company paid, that's the one where you pay for it by company. In this case, I've set this to be just something that posts to the GL. Resource paid, that means that we will raise something for the resource. Could also say employee journal, then it'll go through the employee ledger instead. Of course, I could say GL, then it would only post to GL, or I could say purchase journal. I don't think anybody ever uses that. Then it goes into the purchase ledger without creating a purchase invoice document. And I can say none, then there's no posting to anything else. Well, it's actually none. It's still going to the project ledger, but it's not going anywhere else. I'm not sure actually what the payroll and repay and advance options do. Maybe there's something in there. I've never seen them used, but we can investigate and see what they do. Maybe it's even in the documentation. It should be. I've never seen them used.